Just wanted to give you all an update on the installation of the B360M OEM model. Again, just posting these videos because I could not find any videos of the motherboard on YouTube. You see the Wi-Fi adapter there. Did some pricing on a Wi-Fi adapter that would be similar spec to this, and having this included saved me around $25 to $30 dollars. That is an excellent value when you look at everything as a whole with this motherboard. Again, you can find this on eBay right now. Sellers taking offers. $65 is what he sold it to me. He or she sold it to me for. Very nice finish on everything. You can see the heatsink there, branded ASRock. Familiar with more of their budget-oriented motherboards, and is a reputable brand. See that rear heatsink there? That's more of a premium placement for a motherboard of this size and price range. Everything looks really good. I really am liking the colorway. I wanted to keep everything pretty minimal. There's no RGB lights in here. I don't plan on putting any RGB lights. Just keeping everything sort of black or gray or white color scheme. You can see the blue M.2 storage there. It's a Western Digital. That was pre-installed in my previous pre-built computer. That was an HP. So I just took it out and plugged it in there. I've already tested this, and everything is working great. No problems with the motherboard. Everything booted up, and haven't done a BIOS update yet. And this is a 9th gen Intel, so I can confirm that this motherboard does not need a BIOS update to run the 9th gen LGA 1151 chipset. So 8th gen and 9th gen LGA 1151 will fit. 9th gen runs no problem, no update needed. So that's confirmed. These wires here, very difficult to install when you have a graphics card in this PCIe slot. So make sure you install these antenna wires into the M.2. I would recommend doing it right after you put this thing on standoff screws, which is what I did the second time around. Reason that I had to do this twice was the case actually ended up changing to a different case. This is cooler. It's still Cooler Master. Cooler Master pricing is just unbeatable. I couldn't find anything on Amazon that could compete with the Cooler Master pricing. And this is the NR400 case. You can see it has fewer holes, but it does have mesh up here. You see my hand? This is mesh entirely up front, very fine mesh. It also includes a filter for the top holes and the bottom holes, where the PSU in the bottom sort of blocked off there. Very nice finish. I really like that. It hides the PSU and can hide the fact that I'm using a gigabyte PSU, because they have a really bad reputation right now, apparently, with some of their models blowing up or frying computers. So that'll be nicely hidden. Again, reason I bought this. Everything I'm trying to purchase used or open box on Amazon, because it just seems like they price it really competitively when it's open box, and have been able to find many components. Non-modular, unfortunately, but I mean, it's a P450B. I think it's a bronze rated power supply. Yeah, you can sort of see that. 80 plus bronze. So it's somewhat efficient. This model doesn't seem like it was one of the affected units for Gigabyte in terms of exploding and frying stuff. We'll see how it goes. I did boot everything up. It seemed relatively quiet. It's really not that powerful, 450, so just wanted something a little bit clean as far as energy is concerned. Efficient, I guess. So this is the Q300L. The only reason I didn't end up going with this case was it's missing the bracket to mount this. So this is just kind of sitting there freely. Obviously, you know, not safe, I guess, or really usable like that. It didn't realize that it needed a specific bracket until I had everything set up, and you know, the last component was this power supply, and didn't have a bracket to mount it, and it's just kind of sitting there. I don't like that, so Amazon gave me a refund for this. No return. They just straight up gave me a refund. This case is very cheap compared to the NR400. NR400, very premium feeling. Even the metal is just smooth and everything's well laid out. More mounting points on this. Love the rubber grommets. That's going to look great. Not to mention the glass window here. On this model, this is actual glass and it's heavy. You can feel that it is, you know, fragile glass. On the Q300L, this is just plastic. It's just like a dark tinted plastic window here, and it just felt cheap and fingerprints like no other. Same with this power button here. This is kind of a fingerprint magnet right here. But yeah, I did not like that at all. Did not feel quality. And funnily enough, these are similar in pricing. I scored this NR400 for maybe a few dollars more than this Q300, but it is well worth it. This thing just looks fantastic. I love the sharp edges. It looks really minimalist. The branding is also very minimalist. They sort of use the Cooler Master logo. You can see it embossed right there. But it doesn't say Cooler Master. It's just the logo outline, which I think looks fantastic. Great job on that. And I hope they keep that up. Cooler Master pricing is, or, you know, as far as I'm concerned, with Amazon is where I'm purchasing everything. Just Cooler Master pricing is unbeatable. There really was no competition when it came to quality, brand name case like this. So very happy with this pickup, and looked at some reviews for the larger version of both of these cases. I forget the YouTube channel, but he has long hair and he does thermals testing and basically quantitative tests on these cases. Adds fans to different places and tests the airflow and the temperatures and all that good stuff. Seems like this NR will perform much better than the Q300. It is a bit bigger. It has, you know, I guess smaller holes, but somehow allows more airflow in. You can see my hand again. More airflow into these mesh holes here, so you can see the exhaust back there as well. Plenty of holes back there. Yeah, so it's on standoffs right now in this new case. These DDR sticks are from the pre-built. The pre-built came with one. I just added another of the same model, same size, same brand, and everything was working fine when I did that in the pre-built, so I don't expect any issues here. Everything booted up. I did check out the BIOS and it was recognizing both sticks in the test. No problems there. This is an ID cooler CPU cooler ID brand I found on Amazon. Seems pretty good quality. Like the finish and the minimal branding and colorway is simple. This is just plastic. At the bottom you can see the metal hookups for the Intel chip. Kind of a funky setup, but everything is solid, and there are some heatsink pipes down there that are just black, which I think looks fantastic. Not that you can really see them, but it's a nice finish, and I'm all about finish. So yeah, so these antenna wires, you know, make sure you get those installed before the graphics card, before the graphics card for sure. Those are really tough to install. I have the graphics card right here actually. Here it is. Again, this is out the pre-built single fan. It's a GTX. I want to say it's a 1060 Ti. I want to say needs a good dusting, but haven't had any problems with it. It runs 1080p games just fine, and not really looking to spend hundreds of dollars on another graphics card right now. The prices are just crazy. Might check out AliExpress, see if anyone has anything good to say about the graphics card there. I doubt it, and they seem to be just as expensive, so we'll check it out. But that little card's gonna get installed right there. I usually just run my games at 1080p. I'm running, 16 gigs of RAM. Really nothing like crazy in here. Again, it's all just components from a pre-built. At least this way I can sort of, it's more modular, and I can upgrade components if I would like to. It's an older motherboard, older chipset, so maybe, again, I like to buy stuff used because it saves a lot of money, and everything's been great so far. So again, Cooler Master case, NR400, fantastic. Would highly recommend this. Came with 2 pre-installed fans, and I'll steal 1 pre-installed fan out of the Q300 and put it in here for additional airflow. You can see maybe one up here, the top slot for an additional exhaust. And everything looks really good here. Love the colorway. So yeah, I recommend the motherboard, and I'll also recommend the case.